Hey there, everybody. Mattie here with Altcoin Buzz with you on a Saturday. Hope it's a great start to your weekend so far and that you're enjoying yourselves, maybe relaxing wherever you are right now. So taking a look at the market, not too bad for a weekend. We usually see price retracements on Saturdays and Sundays. We're up a couple of percentage points. Nothing crazy. We're not popping the champagne, as I like to say, but a little bit of green to be seen in the last 24 hours, which is always nice. Today we're taking a look, getting political and looking at what the government shutdown means for the SEC, for the Bitcoin ETF. We'll take a look at that by way of Bitcoinist.com. But let's begin with news by Binance, which, as you may have heard by now, is offering very interesting Fiat-to-Crypto options. So we're here on BitcoinMagazine.com. Binance expands Fiat-to-Crypto exchange into Europe via Jersey. Binance's cryptocurrency exchange platform has expanded into the European market with its entry into the island of Jersey. Now, we're not talking about New Jersey, the island of Jersey, a self-governing dependency of Great Britain. Binance Jersey will allow trading of popular cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, against the euro and the British pound. This is a big step forward for Binance. So specifically, there are going to be 4 trading pairs: Bitcoin and the British pound, Ethereum and the British pound, Bitcoin and the euro, Ethereum and the euro. So Wai Zhu is Binance's chief financial officer. He called the island, quote, an undisputed pioneer in blockchain development leveraged by this strong framework and talent pool. And it looks like this island is going to be added to the list now of these new crypto havens and these niches that are popping up all over the world. Places, of course, like Malta, like Bermuda, and like some other locations that are relatively small population-wise, but are trying to carve out a niche for themselves when it comes to this emerging space. Zhu added, quote, Binance Jersey hopes to increase Jersey's competitive advantage in banking from other jurisdictions competing with cryptocurrency-related business as the island's cryptocurrency regulation allows. And then you have the CEO of Binance, Changpeng Zhao, who explained concisely why he chose Jersey. Quote, we have chosen Jersey to be the next big step in our global expansion strategy for its clear and pro-crypto investment and regulatory environment. With its local economy based on a major currency, the GBP, the British pound, and its proximity to the UK and Western Europe, we are confident the cooperation with Jersey will not only benefit the local economy, but also form a strong operational foundation for our expansion into the rest of Europe. As pointed out here, Jersey is not part of the EU, but of course it maintains a certain relationship with the EU via the UK. As the author points out, Jersey could serve as a contingency plan post-Brexit for finance. This, I think, is really getting at the meat of it now. This is a contingency plan. This is a strategy, a just-in-case scenario that I think could work out well for them if certain things come to pass. Following in the footsteps of Coinbase, right, which opened a Dublin office last year, Binance officials were unavailable to elaborate on these potential plans. Why would they? That's part of their internal strategy. I don't think they would exactly want to divulge that publicly. Here we are on Changpeng Zhao's Twitter handle at CZ_Binance. Binance.je is overwhelmed with registrations. There is a backlog of Know Your Customer verifications already. More resources are allocated to reduce it. In the meantime, we appreciate your understanding and patience. The registration prize is FIFO-based, first in, first out. No worries, just crazy. And he responded to himself, one thing we do well, in quotes, is underestimating ourselves and the market. I don't think that's a bad philosophy to underpromise and overdeliver, at least in the case of this particular initiative. It seems to be what they're doing. Binance is kind of good at that, though. They tend to, the crypto space has perhaps a bad reputation for people that overpromise, that overhype, that overmarket certain things. Binance kind of gets things done. That's what I like about them. On Binance.je, you can read more about it here. Binance Jersey bridging the Crypto-Fiat channel. Buy and sell Bitcoin and Ethereum with both pounds and euros. Very important development, which is being covered by a lot of other outlets. You can read about it here. Crypto giant Binance looks to the future with a fiat trading and a decentralized exchange. This is from a few months ago. So if you really want to get the groundwork and understand what it is the project is all about holistically, I'd recommend this article. It's on TechCrunch. We will link to it in the description below. This from just a couple of days ago, Binance's new fiat crypto exchange receiving overwhelming response. That's according to their CEO, Changpeng Zhao. And this is based really on the tweet that we just covered. CoinDesk is also covering this news. No surprise there. Binance targets EU, UK traders with new Fiat-to-Crypto exchange. Read about that here. Article from January 16th of 2019. And in other news, and switching gears into the political sphere a little bit, as many of you perhaps are aware, especially I would imagine our American viewers, there is a government shutdown happening right now in the United States. So this Bitcoinist.com article looks at how that is affecting SEC activity. And as they say, but Bitcoin ETF date unaffected by all these developments recently. So the U.S. and Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, has frozen all pending administrative proceedings due to the government shutdown. According to a legal expert, however, the commission is not allowed by law to delay the decision on a Van Eck Solid X Bitcoin ETF past its current deadline. So the SEC has issued an order on January 16th, just a few days ago, putting all pending administrative proceedings on hold because it has, quote, experienced a lapse in appropriations. According to the documents, all proceedings which have to face a hearing before the commission or an administrative law judge are currently frozen. Then you have Jake Chervinsky, who's a legal expert. He said that even though the SEC has been shut down before that particular order, administrative proceedings were still in motion, hence deadlines were unaffected. So now that the SEC has stayed all administrative proceedings, interested parties may file a motion to dismiss the stay if their proceedings are an exception to the activities stated in the order. If you want to take a look at what the SEC issued, again, more pillow talk, more bedtime reading to help put you to sleep, but here it is. United States of America before the Security and Exchange Commission. This is what was put out if you want to, actually it's not that long this time, only a page. If you want to read more about what the Secretary had to say specifically, you can take a look at this. We'll link to it below. But regardless of that particular release, the SEC, this is kind of all by law. Let's see if it plays out this way in practice. But by law and in theory, the SEC, despite that order, is not allowed to further delay its decision, the legal expert holds. Quote, this does not change anything about the ETF deadline, exchange traded fund, which is imposed by the statute and cannot be delayed further. And just as a reminder, that deadline is February 27th. It remains intact. It remains a deadline that has to be respected. And at least by law, that's what they're saying. It cannot be delayed further. The commission has already delayed its decision multiple times. This is something we all know, with the last one happening in December. So when it comes to the machinations of government and the fact that we're in this shutdown climate, I'm not so sure that the law is going to be adhered to strictly in this case. Let's see. Yes, so the rules indicate that they can't delay it any further. I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath necessarily, but on paper, that's what they're saying. Let us know if you're placing your faith in that particular set of rules. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I'd like to see that be the case. However, if it is delayed, I won't be entirely surprised. They'll probably make up some new law to facilitate the delay if that's something that they really want to do. However, it would be nice to see it come to pass. So let's see what happens. Now, guys, since we're in the sphere of politics, I don't want to get too controversial here, but I would suggest that if this is something that you're interested in, maybe check out what Max Keiser is tweeting about. Of course, he's a very noted Bitcoin evangelical in the space. There's a lot we could say about Max Keiser. We're not going to have time to get into him here. But you may want to be following what's happening with the yellow vests. I'm not taking a side. I'm not promoting them. I'm not bashing them either. But it is something that's culturally and economically relevant. I think it's at the intersection of both things. And I will add in a third category of politics, certainly as well. So perhaps for our European viewers, this may be something that you already are following. But as Max says, hashtag Bitcoin trading higher as global resistance in France begins to fight banksters by embracing Bitcoin. And what's interesting is that you're seeing more and more of these yellow vesters, whether you agree with them, whether you disagree with them. It's not the point, guys, but they do seem to have this message that's the anti-bank message, the anti-financial system message, and they keep pushing this buy Bitcoin slogan. And they're very much all about Bitcoin, which is, I think, an unexpected consequence of this revolution, or whatever you want to call it, this protest, this uprising. But they are fiercely into Bitcoin. So at least from my perspective, I know I haven't talked about the yellow vests much in these particular news pieces, but it's something you may want to keep your eye on. I think it's very interesting the way it's evolving. And without taking a side, without getting controversial, I just wanted to introduce the topic and perhaps get your opinions on the issue. So don't be shy. Sound off with what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective on this particular topic. And with that, everybody, do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz and Altcoin Buzz News. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Telegram. Here's our last video for you to check out and enjoy. If you choose to invest, I wish you prosperity and fortune. I also wish that you do your work and you make sure that you're well educated and that you invest prudently and responsibly. That's probably my number one goal, is that we all turn ourselves into educated investors and only make decisions after extensive and judicious research. But more importantly, everybody, enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your weekend, and we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.